Hello dear, welcome to week number 3 of Programming Fundamental with Python. In this short video, I will write some programs about variables, how to use them, how to assign values to them, and how to print the values stored in a variable. So let us see some basic programs which elaborate the concepts of a variable in Python programming language. Here is our first program for this week. As you can see, the first three lines are examples of comments. Our actual program started from line number 4. What is actually happening here? We declare a variable with the name var1, and then we assign a string constant to this variable with the help of an assignment operator. In the next line, we declare another variable. Here the name of the variable is var2, and then we assign an integer type data, which is 10, with the help of this assignment operator to this variable. In the next line, we assign a floating point value, a floating point constant, a value which has a decimal point, to a variable on the left hand side, and the name of the variable is var3 with the help of this assignment operator. So actually this program will create three different variables with three different names and will assign different types of data to these variables. The last three lines are actually the print function. With the help of print function, we would display the value stored in those variables. And we are familiar with the print function, which is actually a predefined or a library function or built-in function, which would actually display what is provided to this function as an argument. So in line number 7, we actually pass a variable 1 as an argument to the function, and this variable 1 has the value Ali stored in it. Then in line number 8, we actually pass another variable to this print function, and in this case the value of var2 is 10. And finally, the last line will display the value of var3, which is actually 10.10. Note that maybe the output of this last statement is 10.1. It will ignore 0, but there are ways using which you can actually display the actual value, the actual number of zeros after the leading figure, but we will not go into the details. So once you write the program, you have to save the program, give it a name. I am interested to give it a meaningful name, and as we are in week number 3, so I'm going to give it week number 3. Remember, you have to precede the name with the extension .py. Save the file anywhere you want. I'm more comfortable with storing the file on desktop folder or on desktop, so just select the desktop, click on save button, and that's it. Now next step is to compile the program, to interpret the program by using the Python compiler, the interpreter, the translator. For that, I need to, first you have to change your directory to the desktop, which I have already done. Then write the Python keyword, give a space, and provide name of the file. In my case, name of the file is week3.python. Press enter and you would see all the values stored in those three variables. Variable 1 hold the value Ali, which is a string constant. Variable 2 store the value 10, which is an integer constant, while the variable 3 stored a floating point constant, which is 10.10 or 10.1. So this was our first program of week number 3. Let us move to the second program. Our second program is also related with the variable. This is actually program number 2. We are going to use the same variables var1, var2, and var3. However, the difference is that now I am going to assign same value to all these variables. So in line number 3, I assign the value 10, which is an integer constant, with the help of this assignment operator to the variable var1. In the next line, I again assign the same value, but this time to a different variable, that is variable 2. And then in the next line, I assign the same value 10 to another variable, that is var3. And then in the next 3 lines, I actually use the print function repeatedly to print the value stored in those variables. So first it will display the value of var1, which is 10. Then it will display the value of variable var2, which is again 10. And finally it will display the value of variable var3, which is again 10. So save the program and then compile, run the program. You will see that it will display the value of these 3 variables, which is the same value 10, 10, 10, 3 times, right? What I want to say is in the next program, let me show the next program and then the concept will be clear to you. Okay, here we goes. Actually, if you want to assign same value to different variables, then you can also use this pattern, this format. What I'm doing here is just I am assigning the value 10 first to the variable 3, var3, with the help of an assignment operator. And then I assign the value which is stored in variable 3 to the variable 2, and then I assign the variable which is stored in var2 to the variable var1. So actually the 10 will first be assigned to variable 3, then it will be assigned to variable 2, and then it will be assigned to variable number 1. So instead of writing and assigning the value separately to each variable, if it is the same value, then you can also use this syntax, which is more which is more like a professional way of doing things. And this type of assignment operator, you can see we can actually extend the normal operation of the assignment operator. Here we are actually using more than one assignment operators to assign the same value to different variables. And finally, these 3 lines are familiar to you. We are actually printing the values of var1, var2, and var3. So this will display 10, 10, and 10, 3 times 10. Save the program and then run the program. You will see 10, 10, 10, and 10. Okay, so I am teaching programming fundamental to the first semester students. So that is why I'm trying to keep the programs as simple as possible. It is a course for beginners, right? So you will not see much more advanced things here. Maybe in the future, after covering some basics, we would shift to more advanced level program, but for the time being, we will stick to the basic programming concepts of Python because this course is intended for the beginners. So this was some basic programs about variables. Next week, we will see some more programs about operators and again variables. Till then, goodbye.